want to know how to live in a world where nothing and nobody bothers you, where you are in your I don't give an F era, where you are so unbothered that somebody could be screaming right in front of your face and you still wouldn't care. You want to know and you want to feel how it feels to be unbothered AF. How it feels to not care. And as Panda would say it, achieve inner peace. You want to know how? Let's dive right ahead. Hi you guys, and welcome back to my brand new video for the week. I hope you guys are well, and this is going to be a quick little intro because we're going to dive right ahead into the ooey gooey bits, baby. I'm going to teach you how to not take things personally and start living your goddamn best life. Because you guys, I've had enough of you guys taking shit personally, and also I've had enough of myself when it comes to taking things personally, because I don't want to take things personally, and I'm hoping you guys don't want to either. So I'm going to show you exactly how to not and how to actually stop this today and right now. We as human beings were designed to be social. Now what that means is we've gone to school, we've gone to college, we've gone to social gatherings, we've gone to marriage functions if you're an Indian like me, and you know how our weddings are like 10,000 people. That's a big ass social event, you people. It's not a joke. Well, coming back to the topic, that means you've had some sort of the other social gathering and social interaction, and as much as good you can get from that social event or that social situation where you get to interact with a lot of people. If you're an extrovert, you get your energy from social situations, and you get to know a lot, you learn a lot from those certain situations. You interact with different people from different backgrounds, you grow your network, you have friends, you have colleagues, you have acquaintances, and basically you have a life overall. Now, however, what that does is humans were not guarded, not meant to be guarded people, right? They were meant to be open, vulnerable, because that's how we share our emotions, show our emotions, and we build emotional bonds with other human beings, because we are meant to coexist and live peacefully. However, some people are and we don't want to have certain connections with them. We don't want to have that emotional bond with them. Some people can be real However, it's your job to not take things personally. You know, when these people want to say something mean to you, want to say something really effed up to you, want to say something that's coming from their place of insecurity and their limiting beliefs and their issues and their traumas and their childhood wounds and their insecurities, like, goddamn, get a grip, people. I get it. Certain people, we've all gone through these experiences. I've gone through these experiences, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember it right now, but I've been there, I've done that. So I know sometimes we as human beings do tend to take things personally, and it's really not required. It's really not necessary to take things personally. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Now you're going to be thinking, how is it possible? Why did that person say mean things to me and I don't know what to say back? And then how can that person be mean to me? That is not your job to figure out. First of all, forget why that person said that, because you need to understand, if a person can say something mean or something hurtful or something that causes you emotional pain or mental pain, mental trauma, that person has issues. That person has issues, because normal people don't do that. Normal people are not traumatic. Having said that, we're gonna get right ahead into the nitty-gritties of how you're gonna go about life. Listen, let me give this to you straight, that I completely understand when somebody disrespects you or somebody's mean to you for no reason. Somebody's just testing your boundaries for no reason. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. Everyone, I can say this for a fact, everyone hates that. Every normal person here hates that, and nobody enjoys that. But however, that does not mean that somebody else's behavior has got to do anything with you. You have to understand that. That's when it becomes a big problem. It's not the disrespect is the problem. See, that is again a different problem. However, you taking things personally is the major problem. That's when it starts affecting you and bothering you. Now, why do people take things personally? That's where the question comes from. The first and foremost reason is you take other people's opinions of you too seriously. You care about what other people think of you too much, which is absolutely not necessary. Firstly, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind here, okay? Now, if I see that somebody's talking shit about me behind my back, if I see that somebody's just not being nice to me, or if I see someone's just being nasty to me, or if I see that, you know what, people are just talking too much about me, I don't care. I really don't care, because you gotta embody. This is the moment. This is your time to shine, people. Like, you think Kim Kardashian cares? You think SRK cares? You think those celebrity people care? Because this is fan behavior. What people are doing, that's fan behavior. That's proper fan behavior. Because you took time out of your day to think about me? Really? Thank you. Thank you so much. That is so kind and generous of you. That's exactly how you're supposed to feel, people. Wake up. That's exactly how you're supposed to feel when people talk about you, or, you know, you find out that people are talking about you. They're actually obsessed with you. They're actually mesmerized by you. You're a celebrity and they're your fans. You get it? Second thing could be, you guys just talk shit about yourself, to yourself. The way you speak to yourself determines a lot of how your life is going to go. So if you have negative self-talk, if you have a negative mindset, things are going to affect you to another level. Like, yeah, it might bother me, but I might like ignore it and be like, you know what, I don't care. However, you're going to take it personally. You're going to be all anxious and all stuck up, and you're going to think 10,000 times about something mean that happened like 10 years ago, and then you're going to be like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know why did that person say that to me. Like, no, I just can't breathe anymore. No, you guys need to relax. Firstly, improve your self-talk. First, what that's going to do is that's going to improve your self-esteem, because that's the third point here, is because you have low self-esteem and you tend to believe these negative things that people are saying to you. See, that's where my logic is. I'm saying so. See, listen, firstly, let's deal with this logically, because how did you just believe what that person said to you? Like, why did you just believe that? Like, why did you even consider that in the first place, where you took it to your feelings? You let it go through you and go to your heart, in your feelings. Now, you're in your feelings thinking that, oh my god, you know, that person called me fat. Oh my god, that person called me, oh, she doesn't look very nice. Oh my god, that person said this to me. That person said that. That means you believe it. Somewhere down the line, you believe that about yourself. And that's why that affected you so much. Deep down, that's your insecurity. That is your insecurity that was just being pointed out, and kaboom. That's exactly what happened. We have childhood trauma. You know what that means? That's basically that you probably weren't loved enough as a child. You probably weren't loved in the way that you need to be loved, that you understand love to be. You weren't loved in that way. They didn't know your love languages at that time, which I'm pretty sure they didn't, unless you're like a Gen X, and then people here, like this generation parents, know the love languages, so they know how to love their kids, right? I don't even know if they're doing it, but whatever, I'm just saying. However, if that's happened to you, you might have developed a victim mindset. You might tend to believe certain things that people throw at you, because they might say that you're irresponsible, you're careless, or they might say that, you know what, you're X, Y, and Z. I don't want to use negative words on my channel, so I'm not going to do that. However, they might just say certain things to you that you've kind of now taken personally, and now you're internalizing that, and now it's become a part of your identity. Now every time anything goes wrong, your brain immediately switches back to yourself, where you're like, oh my god, it's because of me. Like, it could be an earthquake, but you're like, I should have predicted that. I should have known that. If that's you, my friend, you need to stop with that. You need to really, really stop with that. Okay, this one hit home for me, because how many of you guys here are sensitive perfectionists? So now you're perfectionists with sensitivity issues. Hey, being a perfectionist is a very tough job. You know what? It's a very tough job, because you have to look a certain way, you have to behave a certain way, you have to act a certain way, you have to think a certain way. You need things and your projects and your dreams and your life needs to go a certain way, or else you feel like you have failed. That's exactly what perfectionism is. All right. Now, what that does is it puts a lot of pressure onto you, and so even if tiniest details go wrong, you feel like you're responsible for that. And now imagine if something major goes wrong and someone says something big to you like that. Now you're gonna feel like, oh my god, what triggered that on? Was it me? Going back again to your insecure victim mindset. Perfectionism put you there. And if you're a very highly sensitive person, which is completely normal, it's not a bad thing. I'm just going to tell you one way how to deal with it and how to go about life, because, oh my God, you can't cry every single time someone says something to you. What you're going to do, my friend, is you're going to extract the feeling out of words. you're going to listen to words as words and attach no feeling to it. That's my only advice to sensitive people, because you know what? Life is going to put you in these situations, especially if you're an entrepreneur, especially if you work, and especially if you socialize in certain situations with your friend group, with your colleagues, be it anything, anywhere. You're going to meet certain people, certain, caliber, who are going to, bring that out of you. So you just kind of take care and look at words and just look at them as words and just not attach any feeling to them, not attach any emotion to them. That's the only way you're going to be able to go through life. You think I forgot, huh? You think I forgot? Now, for all of you people who's sitting there and being like, oh, I don't take things personally, nothing affects me, I'm very unbothered AF, hey, I'm detached, I don't care, I'm cold, I'm bad. Okay, I'm gonna give you signs. Are you a people pleaser? Do you say sorry needlessly? Do you look at other people, that could be your family, friends, colleagues, anybody else outside of you, for validation? Do you feel incomplete in a way if other people don't compliment you or validate your existence? Or, you know what? You just take criticism too personally because you think that is you. You believe in your core that is you. Do you get defensive and angry easily? As soon as you could have misunderstood the whole situation, but you got defensive. And then you're angry, and you're angry young man or angry young woman, and you're all flustered, your blood is boiling, and you just don't know what to do. Does that happen to you? Do you have an obsessive personality? Do you get obsessed with people, things, objects, anything? Do you? If that answer is yes to any of those things, you, my friend, you're in dire need of help because you take everything personally. Don't lie to me, lie to your mama, because I know you take the things personally. I can see it. However, don't worry. That's exactly why you're here, and that's exactly why I am here, because you're going to listen to me now, because I'm going to show you ways as to how to not take things personally, be detached, and become unbothered AF. So you can achieve all your dreams and goals, and you can achieve your targets, and you can stay sane and mentally healthy and emotionally healthy all at the same time. Exactly. The first and foremost thing you guys are going to do is you're going to stop caring for other people's opinions and stop caring what other people think about you. Listen, it's getting ridiculous and it's getting way out of hand when you people come to me and say, oh my God, but I care about what my family thinks. Oh my God, I care about what my friend thinks. Oh my God, I care about what my partner thinks. Oh my God, I care about what my dog and cat thinks. Are you crazy? Are you actually that crazy? This is where your whole situation is coming from. This is where your whole problem lies. Do you understand what I mean? You're seeking validation from outside. You need to validate yourself, dumbass. You need to understand that you are the only one who can truly validate yourself, first of all. And firstly, this is a very critical thing, and I think people need to know that. When you're taking advice, let alone criticism, different story. When you're taking advice from people, you take it from people who are exactly where you want to be in life 5 years down the line. That person has that house, that person has that job, that person has that career, that person has that life that you want for yourself 5 years down the line. Now that's someone you can take advice from, and that's someone you can take criticism from if you want, because that's always going to be constructive, because that person is doing a lot more than you, and that person is never going to tell you bad. So you know what? It's actually going to help you grow your life. Now, if these people are not exactly adding value to your life, these people are just background noise, and they're not where you want to be in life, you don't even see them in your future. Like, you're probably living in like a rented apartment or something like that, and these are your neighbors, or like you're probably not even gonna be at that job like 10 years down the line. Not even 10 years, sorry. You're not even gonna be at that job in like a month or two or whatever. Really, please reassess. That's the only thing I'm gonna say right now, because you need to stop taking things so personally when it comes to taking people's opinions and people thinking about you. You need to feel like a freaking celebrity. Oh my God, people, Please, you guys need to understand this, and I say this with my heart. When I say it like full heart, you need to understand your worth. You need to understand your value. You need to understand your morals. You need to understand what you stand for. And you need to understand and know who you are and what you identify as. What's your identity like? Who are you? What are your opinions like? You need to get to know yourself. You need to have self-esteem. You need to have self-respect. You need to understand yourself inside out like a book. Okay? I know what you guys just said there. You're like, oh, I know the other person. I know my relationship partner much better than that person knows themselves, but I barely know anything about myself. If that's the case, you need to reassess this whole situation, and you need to go back. You need to go back into yourself, do things for yourself, date yourself for a while. That's going to be a whole new YouTube video. You guys wait for that one. You're going to date yourself for a while. You're going to practice self-love. You're going to implement all of those practices in your routine. You're going to fill up your life with everything that you love for yourself, by yourself, and do it goddamn for yourself. Okay? You're going to run this show like you're the president. You got to do this. You got to drive your life, or else I'm going to come out there. I'm going to drive it for you. You're not going to like it. Are you? Exactly. No one's going to like that. What that does is, when you think about what other people think of you, and when you say that, oh my god, my validation of my self-worth and my respect and everything, my dignity, my integrity, and all, what I am depends on what other people think of me. When that's the case, that's when everything goes downhill. That's when everything goes down south. You need to understand that. You need to base your self-worth, your self-respect, your self-validation within yourself. It should be here instead of anywhere else. Okay, this one is a very technical issue. Very, very technical issue, but this might be actually a major issue. First of all, stop jumping to conclusions. Okay, so this whole situation could even be avoided. Like taking things personally. You took something personally that was not even meant for you to take personally, just because there was miscommunication. And how many times does this happen? How many times does this happen that probably you say something too quickly, or probably the person didn't really mean it in that sense, but your perception of that situation was that person probably, you know what, if there's a miscommunication, if there's a misunderstanding, always ask that other person to repeat themselves. And this is also like a psychological hack or whatever, but if they're not saying anything bad to you, they will repeat themselves. If they're not saying anything mean to you, if their intention was never in the first place to offend you or hurt your feelings in the first place, they will repeat their statement. They will be like, they'll slow it down and they'll repeat themselves. That's when you know this person, generally, again, you're going to find exceptions. No, there could be exceptions of psychopaths who just probably put on this planet to test our patience. However, normal people will generally just repeat themselves and be like, you know what, that's what I meant. That was my whole statement. So before jumping to conclusions and getting all up in your feelings and offending yourself because you misunderstood the whole situation. See, our mind is a funny place. Our mind is a very funny thing, because it can play tricks on you. It can play tricks on you. It can make you think of things certain way, or it could play mind games with you in a way. Clear communication and clear comprehension. Again, oh my god, clear communication is not the most important key thing. Clear comprehension is the most important key thing. You need to understand what the other person said and why they must have said it, and what context they had behind it. 90% of the times, there is nothing wrong. It's probably just the perception. However, it could be wrong. I'm not trying to, blame victim or anything here. No, it could be wrong. Definitely, then you need to address that situation. But again, just to get clarity and just to avoid this whole situation in the first place, just ask them to repeat themselves. Ever stoop to their level. Don't go there. Don't go there. I know how much you feel like you want to go ghetto on them. Don't do it. Don't stoop to their level. You maintain your class, you maintain your dignity, you maintain your integrity, and you maintain respect for yourself, you maintain your boundaries, you maintain your peace. And most important thing is peace. You need to maintain your peace, because if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. They might have said something that triggered you in that moment, but you gotta see, listen, if you can handle giving it back, it's great. But if you're a sensitive person, if you're a highly sensitive person who can't argue much, or who's not that confrontational, who's just not built for this kind of a world, or who comes from a very different safe space, who just is not built for, how these people function, don't argue. Don't stoop to their level. Just completely zone out of that, because it's not necessary. It does not require your time, energy, effort, your emotional energy. It doesn't require anything from you. You need to completely ignore those people, okay? No matter how much they're trying to trigger you, because see, these people have issues, as we've clearly stated before. If they're saying certain mean things and certain bad things to you, they're just pissing you off in a way, let it go. The last thing here is let it go. See, these are the ways that you can actually not take things personally and be unbothered, is because you need to firstly understand whatever we've discussed previously in this video, and you need to understand this. Here I'm going to tag my podcast, which I've done, where I tell you actionable steps that you can take to let things go and to not take things personally. Just let them go, because you don't deserve that pain. You don't deserve that trauma. You don't deserve to go through that. You need to let things go. You need to stop holding on to them like that with a tight grip. You just need to let them go. And it's important for you, for your mental peace, for your emotional sanity. Just let it go. Let things go. Understand? If it's serious, now again, this is very subjective to what situation you're in. However, if it's just some bickering that's gone wrong with your friends, let it go. Let it go. If it's some just some weird conversation with your colleagues or your bosses, just something that's not that severe on that level where you need to take some action, some serious action against it. If it's not on that level, let it go, because it doesn't deserve a space in your head, because it's not going to matter 5 years down the line, you guys. I promise you, it's not going to matter 5 years down the line. It does not deserve that kind of energy you're giving into it. It just doesn't. All right. Having said that, we come to the end of this brilliant video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got a lot of knowledge from it, because I did a lot of research, and I'm telling you guys, this was very informative, and I understood a lot, weirdly, and I'm gonna implement all of these steps in my life and just not take things personally ever again. Well, that's what we do here. We're here to learn and we're here to grow. So having said that, I'm gonna bid you adieu, farewell my guys, and I'm gonna see you on my next video. Till then, take care, bye.